Hi everyone, welcome back to the craft room. Today's card is going to be made using this Daisy May Designs Cozy and Comfy stamp that I got in Craftstash closing down sale. And I've already stamped it, embossed it twice and did some cutting out to do a bit of layering. So you could really go to town on the layering on this one actually. But I'm just going to do these 4 elements. But if you wanted to do more, you could just do her knees. That would be more in front. You could do the chair a bit more. The book, maybe. So anyway, I've already done that because today's video is going to be focused on the colouring, which has been asked a couple of times. The only issue I have is colouring makes me relax, and when I relax I stop talking. So, and then I realise that I've stopped talking and think, oh no, I've stopped talking. So yeah, we'll have to see how it goes, but I will try and talk you through it as much as I can. And the colours, I'm thinking, because we're going to have brown books, we're going to have a grey cat. She's probably going to have a brown book, possibly brown hair. We've got a lot of brown going on, so I don't want to do the chair brown. So what I thought I would do is maybe a teal, because I've always fancied a teal chair. So for the chair, we've got PB8, BG68 and B64. So starting with the darkest one, we don't have to overly worry about going over onto these other images because we're going to cover them anyway, but don't want to go too crazy. So with this chair, anything that is back behind something is going to be the darkest. So this will be dark down here. Around her hair. And the cat. We'll do a bit round this button, which we'll do in a different colour. And then there's going to be some round here where the cushion is. Quite dark at the back there. And we're going to say dark on the back of the seat. And while I'm thinking about that, I'm just going to put a bit of dark in there so I don't forget about it. So along here. And we're going to have dark where that cushion is laid across there. a dark bit there and there, I think. So with the next one, over a little bit of what you've just done, just to do a bit of blending, and then leave some for a highlight. Apart from where you wouldn't get any highlight at all, which is down here. And the highlights through the middle now, I think. And then quite dark here. A little bit of a highlight in there. Never the right one. Use that to do a bit more blending on here. Might be a little bit light, that one, but we'll come in with another one in a second. Let's find one in between those two. Try PB7. Just do a little bit more blending of this dark into this, into the next colour. So, to be fair, I just keep going at it until I'm happy with how it looks. So if I want it a bit darker, I'll put some more dark on. Obviously, you can't make it lighter if you've already made it dark, but you can use a highlighter pen just to bring some bits back if you've made it a bit darker than you wanted to. And you can use the blender that will take up a bit of the colour, but don't expect too much from that. So that's all we need to do on there, apart from we'll do some outlining in a minute. But I'm just going to go around with the black watercolour pen because I sometimes forget. So I'll do it while I remember. As I always say, do it from the back, because if you slip, it will go onto the back and not the front. So we know pink pyjamas, so RB330, R1 and R12. So dark, because this is overlapping. That's overlapping there. Same with down here. There. And we'll do a little bit of dark here. And that one is over there a little bit. So those are a bit too similar. So let me get a different light one. I've got R120 instead. So we'll see if that works. So again, go over what you've already done to blend it in a bit. I'm not overly worrying about where the lightest colour is going to go. I just want it to have a bit of difference. I'm thinking that we're going to do white. So I'm thinking white on these trims. So cool grey 2 and 0. It's going to be dark here. There. And there. So for our skin, I'm going to do E50 and E380. So dark, a bit darker on the insides and where our slippers go on. And same on this. Oh, I forgot a chest. So for her book, I'm going to do E130, E60 and E110. And it's going to be dark at the bottom and where our hands causing a shadow. Up where the spine is. Just do a little bit of the grey on the pages. The hair's going to be BR3, BR2 and BR1. So we've just got the cup, which has got a little heart on it, so let's do a red heart. We'll do a white cup with our greys. And little brown slippers, so we'll use the BRs again. Darkest down the bottom, we'll put a few little dots on there to give them a bit of dimension. Dots. So I think that's her done. So all we need to do is just get rid of any lines on here. So hopefully there should be no white bits showing through there. Also go around her in the black as well. Get rid of this white line. Right, let's get our little grey cat done. So cool grey 5, 2 and 0. So it's going to be dark towards the bottom. Just do a little spot of pink on his head there, his nose and his ears. And then we'll get a cool grey 70, and we're just going to do some, I like putting tabby stripes on cats. blend it in a little bit. Around him. And a little bit around here. So we're going to do a mustardy yellow cushion with white 180, 140 and white R33. So work out which is the bottom, which is that one there. So we'll do a dark down there. I've got a few bits coming in here to show that it's you know, folded and plushy. I'll go back in with this one a little bit. I do want to make sure it is dark enough on some of these bits. One cush. That's we've just got donuts and books to do. Okay, so I've got a B250 and 270, Y7 and 8, E300 and 450. So just different shades to do the books. Pages. I don't like this bookmark, we'll do the same colour. Right, we're doing a BR3 donuts. BR208. Do an R12 and an R29 for the icing. I'm going to stick these on flat. You can do it with foam pads to give even more dimension, but if it's got to go in the post for somebody, I like to keep it sort of reasonable. And it still gives a little bit of dimension. Oops. Coffee and a good book. Put a bit of black around it. I'm reading a good book at the moment. I normally read thrillers and crime and serial killers and stuff, fiction, and my niece loaned me Richard Osman's Thursday Murder Club. I've only just started it, but yeah, it's very good, very good. It's so British, typically British. It makes me laugh. And old, old people. I know because I'm one, but they're a bit older than me. But yes, he's definitely got us down pat. He's done a good job. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. I'll do a little bit of grounding on here. So there's today's card. So that actually took 1 hour and 13 minutes. I will try and cut it down to a reasonable length, but still give you the colouring, which is what you've asked for. Yeah, it's obviously taken me longer than that because I'm stamping and cutting it up as well. So yeah, it's probably closer to 1 hour and 3/4, I would think. I've got a little rabbit barking at me. If you're a new viewer, it's not a rabbit barking at me, it's my little dog called Rabbit barking at me because I've been here a while and it's time to go apparently. So yeah, that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Okay, bye.